kind of an exciting time for us in the accounting program when we get to close out the annual tax season and our VITA program. This year it's especially exciting because we seem to have tendency each year to set new records and do things that we hadn't done in previous years. One of the things I was so excited about the other day, and I couldn't wait. Normally we wait and talk about how many tax returns we did at this event, but I couldn't wait, so I sent it out ahead of time. Our VITA site this year prepared 418 tax returns. And when you think of the impact on the community, the service that we are providing to the community, the experience that our students gain, not only in that classroom where they get to prepare for the test and actually take those tests and gain academic credit for it, but then we also have that opportunity to provide community service and actually live up to the mission of Ohio Dominican University to share with others. And we have shared a lot when you take a look at the fact that we returned in state and federal refunds $355,000 back to the community. So the 418 is a record, and I said this 2 years ago when we set the record at 328. I think that's a record that's going to stand for a very long time. I really do. But be that as it may, we set another record. In addition to the 418, we actually had 34 students participate in the VITA program this year. We had 18 from the Accounting 425, and then the Accounting 225, both the adult and the Bishop Watterson, we had 8 and 8, or a total of 16, so we had 34 students. When you take a look at this program that we started 8 years ago, ODU had a VITA program, did it for a couple of years, didn't do it for a couple of years, and then we brought it back 8 years ago. Since that rebirth in 2007, we've had a grand total of 163 students participate in the program. And we have prepared a grand total of 2,133 tax returns. But you know, one of the things that happens each year is the students go off, prepare the taxes, do all the hard work, and then I get these kinds of things. I don't know anybody that does real cards anymore, but we did get one. Actually, I received 3 letters this year. I wanted to share a couple of them with you. Dear Professor Osborne and VITA site friends, the appreciation note may be a little late, but it is from my heart. I shall not try to put into words how extensively grateful I am for all these years of excellent service. Yours and your VITA site students' experience or expertise. I can't talk today. Well, I get cracked up. I get a little teary-eyed when I read this. Experience, kindness, and consideration in tax preparation exceeds any so-called professional tax company. So long as I am on God's green earth, I shall not stop coming to see you all. And it's signed by Bernice, Candace, and Kenneth Taylors. The other thing I wanted to share is I often get little notes, and this is one I think very very unexpected. I didn't expect to get this one, but the email came in and it says, hello, I was there about 3 weeks ago getting my taxes done for the 2010 and 2012, as well as had 2 of the best, and I'm reading it exactly, as well as had 2 of the best helping me prepare my taxes, and just wanted to take a minute or two to commend Jessica Washburn and Justice Hill. for their outstanding jobs with professionalism and mental fortitude and genuine helpfulness in which they displayed in helping me out. What a really long run-on sentence. Helping me out. I know they're college, but in their efforts to help me, I believe they deserve praise and at least some kind of merit in classes for my sincere gratitude. Thank you. All those hard hours that you spent preparing 2010, 2011, 2012 tax returns, and 13 obviously paid off with these kind of notes that come in from our clients. And we have clients that keep coming back year after year after year. So one of the things we do at this point is we stop because we want to recognize you, the students. We actually want to tell you how grateful we are for all the hard work that you do. And one of the ways we do that is we hand out little tokens of appreciation. We actually have in two different categories, Accounting 425 and Accounting 225. Both of them are VITA program. But we have 3 awards, and the awards that we will be handing out the 225 are on the left. Yeah. So what we have won the award for most time spent at the VITA site. Now we're going to hand these out in 425 first and then 225. So you'll actually get 3 awards and then 3 awards. The first award that we hand out is for most time by an Accounting 425 student spent at the VITA site. This individual spent 48 hours at our VITA site.
I require 30. So this person did 18 hours more than what was required.
And if Justice could come forward and receive his. Thank you, sir. The second award goes to the student who prepared the most tax returns. And I have to tell you, this year it was very, very close. Actually, I had to go back and recount these things 3 times because we ended up with the student preparing the most tax returns actually prepared 25 tax returns. Brianna, if you would step forward, please. That's right. Thank you. And coming up extremely close was the student prepared the second most, and she prepared 24 tax returns. Rachel, if you would step forward, please. The second group of students, and this is a first, we've never had an opportunity to involve the adult learners in our VITA program and in some of the accounting events that we do. So this was a first for us. So this was another one of those aha historical moments because we actually had 8 adults in continuing education, formerly known as LEAD, participate in the VITA program this year. And we have 3 awards and...
Okay. All right. So for most minutes and time served at the VITA site, Takesha.
Just to let you know, she was very close runner-up to Justice in that she spent 37.5 hours at the VITA site. I would remind you she was only required to do 15.
we had a lot of folks that were in the 40s and high 30s, which is just fantastic considering the amount of folks that we had involved. That's a great dedication. Most returns prepared for Accounting 225, Bonnie. Congratulations. And for the second most returns, that is Abel, and Abel I don't believe is here today, but Abel, you guys remember Abel?
Each year we do, for the last 3 years, actually we started, and it's kind of appropriate that the two first recipients of the next award are actually in the room with us. 3 years ago we started an award called Outstanding Support of the VITA program. And Patricia, standing in the back, was the first recipient. Tom, standing up next to you, was the second recipient. And this year, one of the things that happens every year is, I have the great opportunity to go find space for us to work in our VITA program. And for the last 2 years, we've done that through the registrar's office using classrooms. And it never seems to amaze me, never ceases to amaze me. I walk in and say, I need 3 classrooms on these days, or I need 2 Mondays, and the person that handles the room assignment says, oh, we can work with that. I can do that. Let me check on that and I'll get right back to you. So we actually have, and unfortunately she was invited, but she cannot be here. We have an award for Tiffany Bott in the registrar's office, and we will be presenting that to her tomorrow. But it's in recognition for her support of us and allowing us to have the rooms that we do every year. Now, one of the other things that we did, is, I mentioned a moment ago that we actually went over 2,000, actually we prepared in total, 2,133 tax returns. And it's really kind of amazing because when we got down to the point that we were close to that magic 2,000 number, we were actually able to go into the TaxWise software and track the student that actually prepared tax return number 2,000. She will forevermore be known as Miss 2000. Jessica Washburn, we have a certificate. Now, I want to read you the certificate. It says I can't read it. In commemoration of completing the university's 2000th VITA income tax return, Ohio Dominican University is proud to present this certificate of historic achievement to Jessica M. Washburn. It is not only an achievement, it is a historical achievement. I know VITA sites that have been operating for a lot longer than us, and they have not gotten close to the magic 2,000 number. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now, one of the things that happened when I got to ODU in 2006, they talked about having a VITA program. It went away. They wanted to bring it back. And I did that. So in spring of 2007, we did the first VITA program. And I quickly realized in 2008, way too much work for one person. So when you need an expert tax accountant and you don't have one on staff or one on the faculty, you reach out to one of your adjuncts. And that adjunct was Professor Maggie Gilmore. And one of the things that happened, though, because I started the program, a lot of times you hear VITA and the name Bob pops up all the time. But one of the things I want to say is this program would not exist, at least to the magnitude and to the quality that we currently have, without this young lady. And so we have, in special recognition of all of her work over these years, a special award to Professor Maggie Gilmore, and I put Maggie on it because that's what I call her, for Outstanding Instructor in the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program. I just want to say publicly, thank you. Without her help, this program would not exist the way it does today. And I just wanted to say thank you. With that, we have one more thing that we do every year. We started this in the second year of the program. You'll actually notice on the table over here are two dark blue little pigs. Well, those two little pigs have little Post-it notes on top of them because they've said, "I'm full." But we do have another forerunner, the little light blue pig. He's actually a bit bigger than the others. Father Ty Thompson actually donated this pig to our program. And we have this tradition every year where the students that prepared all the tax returns come up and put into the pig 1 penny for every tax return that we have prepared. This year there are 418 pennies laying on this table. And when you finish putting them in the pig, and you will do that, we will have $21.33. And someday we can buy a pizza. So I would invite each of you to now come up and put the pennies in the pig.
And then as soon as that's done, we're going to take our